Oh, welcome to Here for the Horses. Glad you're here for the horses. Today, I have pushed off our study a little bit of this book. Last week we took a look at this book and we talked about, I am going to show you some of the techniques that I use this week out of this book. We talked about the thumb technique and we talked about the elbow technique, and I used both of them and thought of you guys. So I for sure am going to be able to show you the thumb technique, and then if we have time, I will show you the if we have time, I will show you the elbow technique. So both of those were pretty exciting. And again, that was from this book, Equine Massage, A Practical Guide. So that was pretty fun. And then next week we'll pick up where we left off on that, and we'll talk about some more massage techniques that we can use and incorporate into our daily massage lives. Okay? So the first thing that I like to do is I like to open up with a cute little video, and there were so many this week that I got to see. So let me pull one up here. Hold on. Multiple of them cracked me up. So let me find one here. Oh, this lady's awesome. Yeah. All right, I'll show you these two because they're funny. All right, share screen. Here we go. Share. Doop to doop. All right, here we go. This one's cute. Just feeding, just dispensing them treats to that horse. Like a little chipmunk, just gets bigger and bigger lips. That one was pretty cute. Let me show you this other one that's hilarious. Whoops, Stephanie's here. Let me let her in. Have you guys ever like run into people that you're like, I'd ride with them? That's my type of person right there. I'd ride with them. This one is my person here. I like her.
Invent something that just goes like this the whole time I'm riding to keep the horse flies off, and then maybe a blade in the front that just goes like this, and then maybe a blade in the back that goes like that, and it's just kind of this the whole time. Keep the horse flies, keep the horse flies off. You won't be able to hear anything, but you won't be getting bit.
I mean, I like her because, we all need those inventors out there, that'll help us out. She's like, I think if we just had something that went, and then I don't know if you caught it, but at the end, she accidentally whacked her horse in the face and she was like, oh, sorry. I'm like, yeah, I'd ride with you. I'd ride with you. So that was cute. So there's those two little videos I liked. Today I want to share some really cool things with you. I worked on Nancy Ackerman's horse, Tammy's horse also, Sam, and I had some really cool stuff happen. So I want to share it with you because I know that you will appreciate it. Okay. So we're going to start off with the very beginning of the massage. And what I want you to do is I want you to think about physical things that you can do to help a horse and emotional things that you can do to help a horse. Okay, and I'm going to be displaying some of them, and I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut as I'm showing this video so that you can see if you can pick up on them. But depending on what type of horse you have, just trying to help them in different ways is really important. Okay, so let me pull up the video and let's take a look here. It's not on there. Boop, boop. There it is. Okay. So let's start here. This is Sam, okay? And oh, actually, one thing I wanted to start off with is, oh, Melinda says she's trying to get in. It doesn't look like she is. Hold on. I do not see her. I'll see if she pops up here in a second. Okay. So, Sam, the horse that we're going to be looking at, just came back from a very intense trip to Montana. Okay. He had a rough time. He got bonked his head in the trailer. He was acting up, high anxiety, rough trip, we'll say. Okay. And he was there for a while. I think they were eventing him or jumping him. Okay. That's what he does. It was hard on him. Okay. So he didn't really appreciate that. I did want to show you his neck. Okay. So these are the pictures that draw my eye. This is what I'm talking about. When you see these dots, do you see the dots? Boom, there's one, boom, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. Do you see those? And then do you see the muscle bundles going this way? The stripes? Okay. That's what I'm talking about, is that splenius muscle comes in and plugs into the transverse process of the cervical vertebra. Okay. That's what I'm talking about when I say that. Here's another photo. This is pre-massage. Do you see the holes? Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Whoops, always put equine before you do anything else, because you never know what you're going to get. Splenius images. Okay, do you see them? Do you see them here? They're bundles. They're bundles. And where they plug in on the cervical vertebra are where those dots are. Do you see them? There's one, there's one, there's one. Okay, that's what you're looking at. So let's watch this video now that you got the longest introduction ever. I don't think we need to start here.
All right, we got Sam.
It's just okay. So he has bumps on his forehead from getting bashed.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm not going to though.
So what I want you to be doing right now is trying to pay attention to the different ways that I'm trying to help him, physical and emotional.
I know, don't fight it, just do it. No, don't fight it. I know, I'm taller than the average. Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, let it all go. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Great. All good. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so I want to stop it there, and I want to talk about, I just realized you can't really hear what I'm doing. Yeah, Stephanie, that's correct. But I want to talk about some things that I was doing there that are very subtle that make a really big difference. Especially, you guys could see him, right? He was like, the whole time. He was not relaxing into it. Okay. So he did finally relax in, and I want to talk about the multiple different things that I tried to get him to do that. What do you guys, now we've talked about physical things that you can do if your horse is like kind of shutting you out or not relaxing. There's physical things you can do, and there are like mental or emotional things that you can do, right? Yeah, Leanne.
Well, obviously, when you approached him, it was slow, and you kind of started on his forehead before you actually went to a harder spot, which was his pole. And you were also talking calmly, being patient, um, just all the things that allows the horse to know that you're not the enemy. You're there to be a friend.
Yeah,
Oh, and your
you
breathing.
guys are too good at this. This isn't even challenging for you guys anymore.
I noticed your breathing and some nice exhales from you. I'm sorry.
Oh, you guys are too good at this. All right. Yep, 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 and yep. All right. Stephanie said talking to them, saying it's okay. Wanda said breathing with him. Yes. Okay. Because you saw him doing this. This is what he's doing. I'm not listening. I can't handle this right now. I'm not going to participate. So I'm going to try everything I know to go, listen, baby, it's okay. We're going to help you out today. Okay. So let's talk about, you guys hit a lot of the emotional things, actually, which I'm really glad that you're picking up on, because he's a high anxiety horse. If I'm going to come in there and just be like, well, you know, you rub like this and then you pound him and then you do this, he's going to go, oh gosh, more of this going on. I'm not going to do that to him. Okay, so let's talk about some of the emotional things. Was it Wanda said breathing? Yeah. I don't normally practice Lamaze when I'm massaging horses, guys. I was like in his face. This is what I want from you. We're going to breathe together. Okay. And I'm telling you, he wasn't breathing. This look, there's no breathing going on when their head's like that and when their eyes are big and they're standing straight up. There's no breathing. So I'm just going to lead by example. Ah, okay. That helps a lot of horses. You'd be shocked. That could be a homework all in of itself. Just breathe with your horse. And that's a little bit of foreshadowing because I have a friend who does breath work and we are going to do a live session. I just need some volunteers because it's not going to be just me doing it. I'm going to make you guys do it with your horse. It's going to be a group effort. It's going to be fun. Okay. So breathing is huge. Someone else said, Stephanie, I think said, seems like you're taking a long time talking with him. Yes, I was talking with him, but I can tell you guys couldn't really hear. Not only was I talking, but I was intentional in my words. And you guys know we've done that exercise about intentional speech and that horses pick up on intentions. Not only do they pick up on intentions, they are masters of intention. That's why they can tell when someone's walking up to them if there's someone they want to deal with or not. Certain people, when they approach a horse, the horse knows, I don't really want them touching me. They are masters of intention. That's how they survive. Okay. So my words were not only like, hey, buddy, it's all right. But I think I said something like, the first thing I said was, you can let go of that. And he kind of went, no, I can't. And I was like, yeah, you can, buddy. It was really funny. So we'll watch that again because the first thing I said to him is, you should let go of that. Because he was like, here. And I go, you should let go of that. And he goes, no, I can't. It was really funny. And then I kind of laughed at him and I was like, no, you can. You can. Okay. But another one that I did throughout this was words of encouragement. Okay. Now, those of you that ride a red mare know that this works really well. Because I'll tell you what, when my dragon's like this, And I go, oh, that was good girl, Georgia. She goes, it's like she goes, it was? And I go, yeah, that was really good. Like you can watch my horse when I'm riding her. I actually have some cool video of me practicing for the rodeo that you guys might be able to see where I was like, good girl, Georgia. And she went, oh, her head went like 3 inches down because I just went, good girl. She's like, oh, okay. She was all stressed out. Okay. So words of encouragement. Now, you did not see me do this one, but what's another one you can do to help them horses out? Take breaks. So I didn't take a break there, but breaks are really important. And we'll see that in a little bit. Okay. We'll see that in a little bit. Take breaks. It's hard. It's an easy one to forget is to take a break because we really want to help them. And if we haven't got a release yet, we don't want to take a break. But you got to give them breaks. Okay. And then intentional words. Okay. So those are some emotional things that can help them. Oh, what did Sue say? Your body language is relaxed and calm. Yeah. Don't be, you know, holding on the halter. Don't do that. Don't do that with a horse like that, or you're going to end up with your little feet flying through the air. I don't know if that's ever happened to anybody. Yeah, stepped out of his space. Yeah. And then what did he do when I stepped out of his space? Oh, where are you going? Come here. Oh. Okay. So those are some emotional things. I'm so happy that you guys picked up on those first. Amazing. Because with the tougher horses, those are the hardest. They're the hardest to pick up on and people miss them. And unfortunately, that's what shuts horses down. Okay. You got a lot of horses that are shut down running away, running around that just don't have any emotion because they don't get listened to. Okay. So some physical things that I could have changed, which I didn't. I was just doing the brain sucker thing on them. So I wasn't doing too much. I kind of just stayed there. But there's always options of going softer. Okay. So if what you're doing isn't working, try go softer. You can go harder. It doesn't matter which one you try. You know, go harder or softer. And then go, is that hotter or colder? Did I get a better reaction or a worse reaction? If you go harder and they go, all right, I'm out. Softer probably would be a best choice. If you go softer and they still kind of ignore it, you can always go harder. Okay. So softer or harder. You could change your stroke, and that goes for everything. So I was just doing the brain sucker one here, where I just had my hand warming the pole up, asking him to relax his head a little bit. I could have incorporated a little brain sucking to see if that intensity helped him. Pat instead of pressure. Yeah. Like, hello. Okay, sure. Change your stroke. So what do I always tell you? If you're doing a soft stroke, do a hard stroke. If you're doing a slow stroke, do a fast stroke. Just change it, see what happens. It's hotter or colder. Okay. And then if those aren't working, you can move on to somewhere else. And you can come back. Because if you're not getting it after a while, that's probably not the spot. Remember we talk about that when we talk about the sore back series, where the back is tight, but it's not from the back, it's from the hind end. So go work on the hind end, ignore the back, come back to the back. Oh, it's soft now. Interesting. So if it's not loosening up, you're on the wrong spot. It's secondary and you need to go find the real spot that's causing the tension. Okay. So just go somewhere else. So let's watch that one more time with that in mind and see what we find. I mean, this was honestly 2 minutes. Oops, I need to hit share, don't I? Would you guys like to actually watch it? Okay. I mean, that looks better, doesn't it? That looks better. Okay, here we go. got some bumps on some scratches on his forehead, so I'm gonna take it real easy and try not to touch those. My hand kind of arched.
He wants you to scratch him.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm not going to though. I'm not going to. I'm sorry. They have to heal a little more before that happens. Watch where his head goes when I put it up toward the pole. Whoop, straight up in the air. Let go of that. I know, don't fight it, just do it. No, don't fight it. I know, I'm taller than the average. Oh, there you go. Yeah, no, let it all go. Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. Yeah. Great. Do you see how he was asking for that break there? That good? And there's the release. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. One more thing I want to add to that is when you're hanging out, just waiting on them, your mentality, what do I normally say? What am I thinking in my brain? I got all day. There's nowhere I'd rather be. I have nothing else planned for today other than stand here with my hand on your forehead for hours. And I'll tell you what, they instantly go, oh gosh, I think she's serious. I think she'll do that too. So I'm not thinking, come on, buddy, you can do it. Come on, release, 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 relax. Take a breath, buddy, come on. That's not going to get it. You guys ever gone like, come on, get in the trailer, come on, guys, get in the trailer. Oh, geez, come on, quick, come on. That doesn't work. Okay, so the way that you think, just the way you think influences whatever you're putting off. And they pick up on it, I'll tell you that. Okay. So, those were some pretty cool things. Now I want to show you, go back to the same video. This whole massage was pretty darn cool.
Don't rub your face on that. You got ouchies on your face.
Look how gentle he is. Like, I know they're there somewhere. Hold on this. See that one more time. I'll do it from the other side. How about that? Oh, it's like worse. Oh my gosh. Notice the tension there? Let it out. There's the release. Do you see that tension? Good, good. So I'm feeling him relax under my hand.
Yeah, but good job. That's a boy. That's a boy. Yeah, but. Yeah, Bubba. Good boy. Yep, yep, sure. Good job.
Okay. So you could kind of see there how he went from and started slowly dropping down. Okay. So this was hand on the pole as a pole release. As we're about to see, the tension was not in the pole. So I moved on to the neck. So what I want to do, and oh, I showed you the pictures of the neck already. Okay. So now, last week we talked about the thumb technique from this book. Okay. Boom, thumb. And then there's, you know, you can support your thumb. So now you're actually going to see that technique in action. Let's see where it's at here. We'll start here. I loosened up the crest first just to make sure. It felt pretty good.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's tension. There's the release. Here's the thumb technique.
Yep, yep, yep.
There's the release.
That's looking better already.
Yeah.
So that was direct pressure into the insertion points of all the splenius plugging into the cervical vertebra. So direct pressure with my thumb.
I saw that.
And I can feel like the muscle bundles, and I'm just pressing right kind of where it inserts in, telling those to relax a little bit because they get pulled too tight, and then they make those lines.
Should I be using my phone?
Yeah, for when you're trying to be very specific. So I just did the live at 5 on this. So if you watch that recording, you'll see it. But its thumb is the most direct, and then when your thumb burns out, and it will, because mine did at the end, move to 3.
Look how relaxed he is now. So
But
that
it's-
was just
it's
one
neat.
pass.
It's not easy. So like after I do it, I have to kind of crack my thumb back.
You have to go back and do it again because I didn't get it all.
Just where you see the holes.
Yeah, so you can kind of like feel for it. So you can go here, that feels pretty good. Oh, that doesn't. And then you go, why doesn't this just relax a little bit? There's
Look at
one
his
right
face, he's
below my
like,
thumb that I could feel also.
there he goes.
So then there's one more right here. So it's just, you can feel the muscle bundles. So there's one right there. There. I kept like rolling off of it, so I had to go down a little bit lower. There. He kicked me off of it. That's funny. There. There. Good boy, Bubba. I know this is not as fun as just nice soft strokes, is it? It's not as fun, but it does work. Good boy. And I'll hold that for 15 to 30 seconds. Ooh, there we go. There we go. There we go. And then gently come off. And then do some rubs around it. There you go. This is it. Okay. There we go. All right, so come on over here. And so you see how like to here is kind of loosened up?
Yeah.
See how there's two that are really deep, and then up here it's not as deep. Okay, so you're gonna do that all the way down. So like there's one. Yeah, right there. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. And then I do like to bring their head a little bit toward you because it helps them. And then when your thumb starts to give way, sometimes I'll do it like that, so it supports my thumb a little bit more. Whatever works for you. Yeah, oh yeah, I think you're slightly above the muscle bundle. I might be wrong. You slide down this, I think it's right there. Yeah, it's right there. See the difference? Your thumb went in really far on the when you were right above it because you weren't quite on it, you were like around it, but now you're on it, so your thumb's like, ah, right there. There, beautiful. See? There. And then you can give them a break, give yourself a break, and
So
rub
if I
that.
rub it,
Yeah, always rub after direct pressure.
how, how hard do you rub it?
Just to kind of get that feeling of pressure off of them, and then increase blood flow to come back. So, bro, get your face off of that. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so now you loosen that one up. So now compare it to this one. Cool. Okay. Yep, exactly. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of these bundles that are tight, so you're going to get the big ones first, and then the ones that aren't there, look at that. Then the ones that aren't as big are going to pop up next because you've gotten the big ones down. Okay, so you're going to have to probably do this quite a few times.
So if it shifts up there, it goes into a pole, and if it goes down.
Yeah, so he probably popped you off of it. So same thing as when you're doing this.
Okay,
yeah, when you're
popping
doing
off.
this, yeah, he's pushing you off of it because he knows it's there too. There we go. That's looking beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, so there's three methods that I use when I see this particular problem, and you will see this particular problem. So when you see the holes and the muscle bundles of the splenius, the first thing I do is direct pressure on the splenius at the insertion points. So most of you know I'm not a huge direct pressure person. Couple reasons. It's a small area. It's hard on our body and the horses don't really like it. I have a lot of other techniques that I like to use instead of direct pressure. But in this situation with this particular case, anytime I see the holes, the little dots, and those muscle bundles plugging in, I always do direct pressure first. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. The second thing I do is lateral flexion. Okay. The third thing I do is pounding or friction. Okay. So generally, y'all know me, I'll warm it up with a circle, I'll do some kneading, pounding, that's hallelujah. But that does not necessarily work very well in this situation. You're going to be doing friction for a long time. Direct pressure is really important when you see this particular situation. Okay? And I talk about that in a way that I hope makes sense to some people. I made it up on the fly, so we'll see if it makes any sense. So let's keep watching. Let's see. Let's see what I do here.
So that's just one way you can kind of. Oh yeah. So there's one there. So there's the bundle, right? Then there's a bundle there, and then there's a bundle there.
So do you do it on the pole or on the?
I do it on the bundle.
On the pole.
Yeah, the bundle is the indication that it's
Okay.
going in there tight.
Okay.
So, and you can play around. And then, so this is step one. Step two, we're going to do lateral flexion and see how much of it we can get out with that. You could have done lateral flexion. You could have done lateral flexion first and then done this second.
and see which one works better. But these are so tight, I didn't really want to bother with trying to do lateral flexion.
There.
There. When I can see them that clearly,
Yeah.
I just go right
Yeah.
for trying to loosen them up. And then if you want to try to get more than one bundle done, you can do a fist.
Yeah.
But I feel like when they're real. See how much he's fighting that? That's what lateral flexion would look like if you tried to do that first. Good. Yeah, you can feel it relax. Good. There. Relax. Good job. There's the release. Good job, Bubba. So this will be a multi-day process.
Do it again tomorrow?
Yep. And then come on over to this side and you can see the difference in the way the neck looks. All right, so I want to skip
side
to
looks
another
good.
section
The
here.
other side
Hold on.
looks like it's loosening up.
Maybe. Whoops, what happened? Oh, there's me practicing flags. Okay. here we
All
go.
right, we got Sam here. He's have a.
All right, let me skip to
Yeah, rough mice, Bubba.
another section here.
Oh, works better, but these are so much better, right? Because pounding does work big.
Okay, so here's kind of me explaining my mentality on the
Right?
order that I went in.
Oh boy. So you know how much I love pounding.
Yeah.
Pounding does not normally get those out.
That's it.
Yeah, pounding works really good for kind of big muscles. It normally works really well on the splenius, but when they're that plugged into the cervical vertebra, they're too tight. It's like pounding guitar strings. That doesn't work. So you have to loosen the guitar strings up first and then pound it. So yep, the whole way down.
Okay, so I kind of compare them to guitar strings. Let me,
Right there.
here's another section where I go
Like
into that a
that
little
more?
further.
Okay. I don't. Now I am gonna pound this neck, but I'm not gonna start with it. I gotta loosen these up first. And then we're gonna do lateral flexion, and then I'm going to pound. Okay? Because pounding does work so well, but you can't like, does it make sense when I say it's like guitar strings? Pounding guitar strings would not be good. I would rather pound a drum.
Right.
So I want the drum, if the whole thing is tight, it's a drum. If it's certain muscle bundles, it's guitar strings. So I need to turn it into a drum and then I'll pound it.
Okay.
I'm just checking this one because
So does that kind of make sense when I say that? Anytime muscle bundles are pulled too tight and plug into something and you pound them, I mean, you can almost hear it, can't you? It's like twing, 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 twing. Don't do that. They don't loosen up for whatever reason. Okay, so I'll either do direct pressure or, if the muscle bundle's going this way, I'm gonna go direct pressure. This is same for the insertion points on the masseter. Okay, the sausages. What do I always tell you to do? You find them by going this way. Then you do direct pressure at insertion points. You get rid of them by doing linear friction. Okay, so for the splenius, go to the insertion points, do the thumb direct pressure. Okay. And then the next thing I did to hopefully loosen that up was lateral flexion to get them to do this. And then the last thing I would do would be either friction or pounding. Works like a charm. I'll show you. I'll give you I'll show you before the end so you can see it. It's pretty cool. We find it here. I took a screenshot. All right. Here's his neck about 3/4 of the way through the massage. Right here. Okay. You can't see lines anymore, and the dots are significantly less. Okay? So he had these dots right here. You can still see the reminder. That's why I don't know if you caught it in the video. I said this is a multi-day process. That's how tight he was. You're gonna have to do, but this is way better. This isn't all bulgy here. Okay? That's significantly better. Okay? So the next thing I want to show you, are there any questions so far? Okay, because the next thing I want to show you is the lateral flexion. And I'm so glad because when I do lateral flexion and I show you guys, I make it look kind of easy sometimes, don't I? And then you try it out on your own horses and you're like, this is awful. What is going on? This is not working. I'm pretty sure this is not how she did it. Okay, yeah. So this is, I had to pull out a toolbox for this one. Okay, so you're gonna see some different methods here, and I want you to be able to try them out. You know how I want you to do it. Okay, so let me take a look at this again. Here we are.
All right, we got Sam here.
All right, and let's see, 21 minutes. Ooh, I almost did it perfect. Not quite. So I'm gonna start on lateral flexion here. All right, here we go. You see that tension right off the bat? That's tension.
We can't see it, Erin.
Oh, sorry, thanks, hold on.
There.
I gotta hit share, I guess. Share. All right, hold on, we'll go back.
There.
You missed all the good parts. That's tension. See his mouth? Tension. See his head? That's not relaxed.
There.
Tension.
There. There. I went back up. And I started over. No. Stay when he tries to do anything.
Okay, I'm pausing this because I want you guys to take a look at his neck. Now, we've looked at necks before, and this doesn't look too bad, okay? But there is a spot that is not like the rest. It's right here. Right there. See how this is banana, and then it goes, whoop? Okay, so watch this part of his neck as he does this. He really struggles when we get there. You see it? It's dented in. It's right here. Boom, right there. You can even see it
Nope.
there. That's the spot he's struggling with.
Nope. Nope. Yep. What's it nose? Yeah, I'm holding up here. I'm gonna hold right here, up on the pole, the hair up. And help him. There. I want to feel relaxation. I don't care how far it comes around. I just want it to be relaxed. There's a great stop. Oh, really good. So that, if they don't stop doing that, I have to do a different technique.
Corkscrew.
Around the body. Yeah, with this one, I just reached up and helped the pole over. Because he just needed help. He just couldn't do it.
Whenever I try to do lateral flexion, I always end up having to do it around the body and it
Uh-huh.
just tries to bite out.
Oh, that's nice. Add a little danger to it.
Yeah. Not my post.
I'm not much help sometimes.
Buddy, hey, come over here. Hey. Hey, well, don't listen. Don't ignore me. Don't ignore me. I'm talking to you.
Look at his neck, looks so good now.
Yeah.
That's a huge improvement.
You're not only ignoring me, you're ignoring the release. I'm not buying it. funny. You're a funny horse. What's your typical ha-ha? Like Chester.
How's your chest?
Oh, he's doing great. He's lovely. He's always very deep. He does. That's tight, but he's not reacting like he did on the other side to it being tight. It's interesting.
Usually the right side's worse than the left.
Tighter or more reactive?
Just the tighter.
Okay, because he reacted, had more fans on the other side, but it is tighter over here. Stay here. Oh, that feels good. So it just needs somebody to pull my head around a little bit. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it's a lot.
Tension,
There you
corkscrew,
go.
tension.
That was good. Oh, there you go. Oh. Nope. Ay, 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 ay.
Tension,
There.
there.
There. There. There. There it goes. Gorgeous. Give that to him. So I want you to try that method.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on here, because this happens. Okay, so you guys know the way I want you to do it. Thumb, bring the nose down, bring the upper neck down, bring the lower part of the upper neck, mid neck. You know, when you break that neck into little tiny pieces, right? Okay, that's ideal. That's how you know that your horse has a full range of motion in the neck, both sides. Okay, so yes, Stephanie, it is. And did you notice that he doesn't do that much anymore? He does a little bit, it's still there, but listen, he just came back from a wild weekend. I mean, he was actually there for like a week, I think. He slid back a little, but he didn't slide back that much. This is the same horse that was doing that. And the whole hyoid was all messed up. Yeah, same horse. There's been huge progress with this horse, and Nancy has been doing a wonderful job doing her homework. Yeah, I'm real happy with this horse. So that's ideally how I want you to do it, the way I teach you in the clinic, okay? But that doesn't always work. So I've taught you the second method, right? Where you bring the head around. Yeah. And she said, you know, the first method doesn't normally work for me, so I do the second method and then he bites at me. And that's when I was like, oh, that makes it fun. Little living on the edge there. Okay. Well, he didn't bite at me when I did that, but he kind of learns quick on what he can get away with. So this is a third method. Okay. So I bring the nose around. I do my first method as much as possible, bring him to a point where he can't quite do it. So all of a sudden the corkscrew starts coming out, right? And then I go, that's okay, buddy, you can corkscrew. And so I have his nose and I just go, can you straighten your head out a little bit? And I bring that head up. Now I don't pull it up, right? I'm just supporting his head in the direction I want it to go. So I want you to watch it with that in mind, okay?
So
Oh, that was a nice release.
really,
Look at
there
that.
it goes. Gorgeous. Give that to him.
Beautiful. And I'm waiting for
So,
relaxation.
try that method. So ideally, boom, 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 boom. Ideally.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Boom. If he bites at you, you can just go, okay, we're gonna have to skip some of this. We're gonna skip over all the stuff here, and we're just gonna go directly to here. I go up here. And then, oh, he's corkscrewed, so you go to here, and then you help him find the spot where he can relax. And it's this is there.
There, that's
Do you see it?
beautiful.
Look
Yeah,
at that. That's
Okay.
wild.
It's like you have to adjust.
right.
All these techniques
And he
are
couldn't do
great,
it, so he
except
stepped
when they
out.
don't work. Then you have to adjust,
and do whatever the horse needs you to do.
Right,
All these techniques are great, except when they don't work.
yeah,
Then you have to adjust and do whatever the horse needs you to do. There it is. Gorgeous. Okay, because they're smart. They're smart. They'll figure stuff out. If they really don't want to move a certain way, they won't do it. They'll just do other stuff.
well, he's way smarter than me. It's
Well,
been
he's
fine
a smart
that way.
boy, but he's resourceful too. He knows how to kind of get out of stuff. So I'll have you come on over
Yeah.
here and try that method.
Okay, do you want me to go straight to the one that might work?
Yeah. So real slow. There. That's not exactly.
Here, fixed it.
Yep, and then right there, and then start kind of having a little downward pressure with that, and then yes, beautiful, yes, and now back your body up. Okay, now you're gonna ask for a little more. Okay, and now you can let go of that upper hand. Okay, never mind. Just let go. So once he's got that, so
Look at-
you can actually see if you can
Look
let
at
go
that.
of the upper hand, the top hand.
Yeah.
So see if he can hold that. Look at that. That's
Oh my gosh,
gorgeous.
that's really nice.
All right.
Okay, look at that. Beautiful. All right. So it's one of those situations where A doesn't work, B doesn't work. I'm glad I have a C. If C didn't work, I'd make up a D. Because I'm not going home until that horse's neck is moving properly. Okay, so you know, you don't know what you don't know though, so you can't be trying to, you know, fix everything. Sometimes you just have to think outside the box, be cool with trying something out. All right. Any questions? That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a cool massage. And if you guys want, I'll put that full massage on the coaching community so you can watch it. It's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. He did a lot of cool stuff. Okay. Any questions? Okay, cool. So next week we'll pick this book back up and we'll take a look at some more. I did, and I will put, I used the elbow technique on Georgia, and it was really interesting that I found this cool spot on her butt. It was hilarious. And then I started my rant. Thanks, Lynn. Yeah, glad you're here. Thank you. I started a rant about occasionally I'll get someone that says, you should never stand behind a horse. And so I ranted about that for like 5 minutes. And I was like, I'll put that up there because it's funny too. I'm gonna make a clip out of it just because I gotta ruffle feathers every once in a while. And my point is, if you can't stand behind your horse, you have more important things to work on. Okay? You got more important things to work on. There should not be a spot on the side on any part of your horse you can't touch and you can't stand by. And if you have that, you got to work on that. And then another point I like to make is you can get hurt in any direction. So don't think that just because you're standing behind them, that's where you're gonna get hurt. They'll run over the top of you, they'll go sideways, they'll do whatever. So, you know, you're not safe. Okay, so that's all I have for you. We'll pick up next week. Yeah, keep an eye out for some clips and then we'll talk about what we're gonna do. But keep trying your homework. Okay, you can do your thumb technique. You saw me do it there, and then you can do your elbow technique. See what you get with that. That was kind of interesting. I don't do it a lot. It's not super comfortable, I don't think so. But I did do it with Georgia and she was pretty funny, so I'll put that clip up. We'll go from there. All right?
Hey, Erin,
Yeah.
if we could get a picture of Sam, I thought it was, did you say the owner's Nancy?
Yeah, Nancy Ackerman.
Okay, yeah, so I thought if she could post a picture or a clip, I would love to see that horse on the course. He's really pretty.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
That would be fun for us to
He's a
see.
mover. He's
Yeah,
actually
looks like he can
he's-
cover some ground.
Yeah. She's taking lessons from my trainer who's Rhoda Higgins, which I've actually asked to come on here and speak one time. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. And so Nancy takes a double lesson with her on just emotional stuff and how to help him. He's super high anxiety horse.
Is he
And
off the
they've been
track?
having, what's that?
Is he off the track?
I believe so.
Mhm.
Yep. And they've been having a lot of breakthroughs. So it's pretty important. And then having Rada and I tag team with like the body work and stuff, it's been really cool. So it's been fun. Yeah, we'll reach out to Nancy. She's game for anything. I actually told Nancy it'd be nice to get him out on a trail. And she's like, I want to go on a trail ride so bad. So we're gonna see if we can get somebody else to ride him on a trail first with me and Georgia, and then we'll break him into that and start a new life where he gets to go on trail rides. All right. Well, you guys have a great week, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.